Hey, Michelle O'Neill here. Over the last month or so, we really honed in on gratitude and the importance of it in our well-being. Also, we addressed the many ways that we could actually experience and express gratitude in our daily lives. But for well-rounded well-being, there has to be other things in place also. And this month, I want to really focus in on how and why it's so important for gratitude and boundaries to coexist. Gratitude does not mean that there are no limits, regardless of what you think. And failure to implement good boundaries can lead to resentment, anger, and even burnout. So we must define what those boundaries are and communicate them clearly. And no does not also always need an explanation. We have to give consequences with love. And so over the month of January, I will be talking about the facts that, things like self-gratitude with boundaries, well, it establishes our worthiness. It has to do with our identity, how we see ourselves, how we want others to see us, and how we implement the right boundaries in place to make sure that we guard that with our life. It also deals with our experiencing, stress and our healthy relationships and how we contributed to those healthy relationships. It has to do with physical, mental, and emotional stability. So all these things about gratitude and our self-worth are so important. And then there's workplace gratitude, where our boundaries actually cultivate good teamwork. And it talks about time. We'll talk about time management, time restraints, and those unnecessary demands that others put on us. And then, what we're comfortable with, what rules that we're comfortable in interacting in our lives. And one of the other things I want to talk about is parental gratitude with boundaries, and those boundaries strengthen our character. And I think maybe I may touch not only as us as parents, but as us being the child to our parents, and all the different kind of boundaries that need to be instilled in that relationship, and about trust and teaching our children self-control versus self-centeredness. So all those things have to do with boundaries and parenting and creating that right attitude. And then I think I want to talk about gratitude with boundaries in our communities. And what that does is that nurtures our village. It's about our influence and our impact in our actually communities. And these are things like our churches, organizations we're part of, networking, all these things, how we can show our gratitude, extend our gratitude, but at the same time, set those boundaries in place that protect us. And we have to choose wisely and use things like common courtesies. And now, finally, toxic relationships. The boundaries are our gratitude, or the gratitude is our boundaries, however you look at it. But the thing is, we'll look at things about patterns and how to change that it's okay to change our strategy midstream. I can't wait to talk to you about these things this month, so stay tuned.